All right. Hello and welcome everyone. This is Mal bringing you a tournament game, the finals actually, between the two top contenders, Boggz and Clintsat. So I want to get started right away. We've got up in the top here, this is Clint, and he is going Klingons. He is Martok. And we've got over here, as the Federation, we have Boggz. Boggz doing 2 Interiors type yards, so he's going to do Saber spam. We definitely know that. Just got to figure out which avatar he's going for. Probably Mason. But no guarantee there, since both Sabers are doing well in that regard. Now, just a quick heads up. This is the second match. It looks like Boggz and Clint are going to do three matches total, or best of 3 rather. So unfortunately we couldn't bring you the first match. That was Clint as Klingons, Boggz as Romulans. Clint won that game, and it was pretty impressive. Actually, apparently had some excellent gameplay and some good use of Romulan turrets. I know a lot of people question their usefulness. However, Boggz has shown that they are quite useful. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you that this game since he has gone the Federation. So again, Martok Klingons going Cube Edge. Clint has got to be seeing this Saber spam. We'll see what he does here. Now, Brels do extra damage to long-range vessels like the Saber, although of course they have problems in that they have short range. And trying to use weapon fatigue can be difficult because of the replace weapon and whatnot, and can't really cloak. You can counter this alright by spamming from 3 yards with Brels, but the nice thing with the KBQ is it has beam weaponry, which is pretty much going to always hit. Of course, cover fire it'll still be affected by cover fire and whatnot, but KBQ, not a bad choice. The trick is for Clint right now is he definitely wants to get that yard up, that field yard. He's got this other field yard going up. You know, definitely need to start cranking out the ships, as the strategy that Boggz has is designed to just pump out a lot of ships fast. And with Sabers, you want to be able to kite. And once you get hyper impulse, Sabers become a kiting machine. Now, as we see, Boggz has gone Mason Feds, so getting a little bit more of a defensive bonus there. Here we see the scout going in here, trying to scan, figure things out. Again, Clint going KBQ. So, and then going field research. Looks like he's going to research the special, and I think the idea here is to just do double KBQs and have the special. If you get enough KBQs with the homing torpedo, you're going to be doing plenty of damage to Sabers, and you're going to be able to take out some and then maybe retreat and cloak. And KBQ are going to take a lot of damage and are going to tank a lot of damage from these Sabers. So kind of interested to see what's going on here. Boggz out of resources, and Clint kind of in the same position here. KBQs are expensive, so not the cheapest things in the world to get. Up here we've got Boggz doing a platform. So interesting move there. I want to say he's going to do a sensor platform. Here's my theory, is that he's going to do a sensor platform when he gets I'm going to scratch that. He's going to go for a long-ranged phaser platform, I think, but we'll find out shortly enough. Obviously Boggz has scouted and sees what's going on. He sees that it's double KBQ. No extra miners going to pop out as Katingas or anything like that. So again, here's the turret. It's going up here. It's almost finished, and that's going to be a good thing. So one of the things that this would do is, we'll see if he upgrades this. If he upgrades it, it slows him down on getting the Starfleet Science. So as we can see, he hasn't really done anything with this yet. I'm almost still kind of wondering if he's going to try and just leave it out here, and if no ships get attacked, if it doesn't get attacked, then he might try to go for Sensor. Sensor would be really, really nice, against this Klingon player. And here we see 2 KBQ going down. They'll be attacking in the next 15 seconds, maybe. So, again, Clint kind of back in the economy game. Special not researched yet, but that's because he doesn't have quite the titanium for it, and he's focusing on ship production. So kind of a quantity over quality focus on his ships, and that's a good idea. Oh, okay. And Boggz, as soon as he saw the attack, I think he was kind of waiting for it. He has gone pulse platforms. One of the things with the Mason platform is, again, they do really strong pulse damage, so they're actually still very effective versus these KBQs. And good against, if I remember correctly, it's a light quantum pulse, so just a little bit of extra damage to short-range vessels, or not short-range, but small vessels, as we can see. So again, if you look here, 65, so it is about almost 40 damage to the shields, 40% damage. So pretty significant there. Just one turret able to deter any harassment, and it forces Clint to go repair, and that puts 2 of his KBQs out of position against this fleet here. We've got looks like 7 sabers, and they're gonna go in here and harass, and there's only 1 ship here defending. So I'm trying to see where Clint's scout is. Here's Clint's scout. I think it's kind of tailing the sabers, and we'll see how things work here. Now the trick for Clint is he's going to want to cloak and decloak right on top of these sabers when he gets ready to move on them. As you can see, those sabers doing a good job in their unhypered state, doing decent damage, even with the 11 offense. Just these tiny little guys is kind of adding up. As we can see, Boggz still going strong into saber production, wanting to keep the ship numbers up, since he does have relatively weak vessels, and he's going to get close to the money. And while he's waiting for that hyper impulse, as we can see here, this will probably drop down as he builds the science. He is just about taking out this miner, and he's going to get it. There's no way that Clint can get this in. Now, one thing that's happened here, we see starbase fire, but just not quite enough, especially against this ranked ship here. And they're doing just a lot of damage, the saber spam. So, rank shift here, having 16 defense, and apparently just enough to ward that off. As we can see, I was talking about Starfleet Science going up. This will allow Boggz to research not only hyper impulse, but it will allow him to get some ventures out. So, right now, map control really feels like it's in Boggs' favor, although Clint coming down with 5 KBQ with the specials, no less. So, finally getting that the power he needs. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in these engagements. As we can see, he knows where Boggs' fleet is. He's got the scout here. He's trailing these guys. And it'll be interesting to see just what happens here with this harass. Now, as we can see, what's going to happen is, as soon as this Starfleet Science is done, Boggz is going to be using a lot of titanium. But the downside to this harassment is, as we can see, We have 4, 6, looks like 10 sabers here, and they are headed to this direction, and this is not going to be a particularly well defended mining outpost here. These sabers are going to do all kinds of damage. Here we've got Starbase Fire again. It's kind of the wrong move for Clint. He's kind of not watching this. I think he looked up here and saw the sabers, got distracted, and taking a little bit of unnecessary damage. Again, Boggz pretty good on Tritanium, so that's really not an issue for him right now. As you can see, these sabers are totally handling these guys here, and as you can see, Clint trying to fix that, trying to get these miners out. You know, but Boggz at the same time, well, it looked like he was going to retreat. Now I think he's gonna see what he can do. All the while we have Klingon ships. Oh, and here's a constructor going to build a secret mining outpost. But as we can see here, KBQ cycling, Clint just kind of biding his time until he can get these ships here. They're not cloaked. Oh no. It'd been really cool if he had cloaked these, as that would have done a much better job. Trying to see if he's doing the special on any of these, but I don't see the special going off on any of these ships, so he's kind of saving the special. Oh, it looks like he finally did use it there, but cover fire going off, as we can see there. I don't know if that was on the special or if that was just regular weapons, but yeah, this ship being affected by cover fire, and that's the power of cover fire right now, folks. Is that your phasers are just firing at all the wrong things. So right now, Boggz really kind of pressing his advantage, and again, that hyper impulse really coming to save the day for him. As we can see, he's got 5 more savers coming out, so this is huge. But you know, we're not gonna Clint at the same time having a huge fleet as well. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 KBQ. So I mean, Boggz has a few more ships, but his ships are also a lot weaker. So we'll see. This matchup right now will come down to who, if cover fire really does takes its toll, or you know what, or if Clint will be able to use his homing torpedoes to the best of his ability. Looking here, there's a KBQ that looks like it's going to go down. He's got to micro that thing out. As we can see, though, Boggz losing a saber, but Clint just barely getting that KBQ out. 8% hull. So doing a good job there. Just a really good set of micro play there by both players. Again, Clint getting his ships out when he needs to. Boggz, you know, doing a good job microing his ships, although he is losing a few here. Actually, right now it really looks like it's in Clint's favor, just because you've got about equal number of ships, and equal number of ships is not what Boggz wants to see. Now Boggz losing another saber. It's going strongly in Clintsat's favor. So incredible, and Clint just doing a really good job of micro right now. And you know, that's one of the Achilles heels of these sabers, is that ships like the KBQ can really tank and just tank the damage very well, especially even in their hull state. They're stronger, they're decent subsystems for a ship of that level. Just doing really well. Clint needs to cloak this ship out, but looks like he's gonna lose that one. Yeah. Oh, homing torpedo taking a ship out, though. So Clint, you know, losing the one ship there, but man, he's taken out a good number. And up here, if you look, he has a lot of resources. So I'm trying to see what he's... Oh, battle yard. Okay, wanted to see what was going down there. And we've got a battle yard, kids. So we've got KBQ from 1 yard. Clint gonna go repair. I want to do a number count here. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that. So we've got about 11 ships, and he's not gonna go Sangs, that's for sure. But we'll see what he does in a minute with those. He might go Quadouge and do the research. He's got the Tritanium for it, so that would definitely mess up this Saber fleet. As we can see, Starship Chassis level 1 going up for Boggz. Really important. I think Boggz kind of realizing, man, these Sabers, tough start against those KBQ. But now he's kind of playing very, very defensively. I think Boggz right now really kind of going, well, I need to switch into some Intrepids. Oh, but he's going to go Monsoons. And, you know, maybe probably what he's thinking here is Proxy Torpedo. So that's kind of my guess here. You know, Mason Monsoons also very, very powerful because they're so fast. They're the ships that are going to be able to get in and get out. And those KBQ won't quite be up to the task. Now, going Monsoons means that Boggz is going to go into Vorcha, which will very, very greatly hard counter these Monsoons. I think Boggz going into the Monsoons just to, you know, again, they're easier to micro. That's one thing I really didn't mention, is that cover fire kind of works both ways. It's kind of a pain because you lose ships, or you lose your fire if you're attacking those Sabers, but the replace weapon also kind of makes Sabers a little bit more difficult to micro. So some things to keep in mind there. Obviously, Clint has a really nice fleet here, and is really just trying to pin Boggz down with this economy. As you can see, Boggz really not having a lot of Tritanium, and as you can see, he's not researching the special yet. Yeah, he hasn't researched it, so he's realizing, man, I need some Tritanium, and he's only got the he's got the 1 moon going up, but if he wants to get that that Proxy Torpedo, which will really help him, he's gonna have to get some miners up. As you can see here, he's moving those guys along. He's got all kinds of dilithium, and honestly, I think if I were him, I would take this miner here and throw it back up onto this Tritanium moon, because right now what's going on is Clint is doing a great job of expanding. As we can see, the 2 miners here, that's going to really help him as his economy is really strong. He's building 4 Quadouge, and of course he's getting the specials. So here's the basic system upgrade. After that, we'll see the Polaron field, and that is going to tear into this Federation fleet. The Federation fleet is not going to be able to retreat. There's going to be some stragglers who get hit by Polaron field. They're probably going to lose their engines, and that's when Clint is going to strike. So, you know, again, Boggz really hurting in the economy game. Again, as you can see, he's got all kinds of dilithium, but it does him no good if he's got no Tritanium, and he knows that. And but again, he's researching the Proximity Torpedo. Hurts him a bit on, I guess it's really not hurting him, to be honest, on Tritanium. He is able to build ships, but it has put him very low, and as we can see, that's Tritanium is not where he is defended at. Clint is going to come in here to the far side, getting away from these turrets, and he's going to oh, well, he's going to hit the miners. Okay, yep. I think he can kill the miners before he really takes too much damage from this turret. But as you can see, this turret doing about 40% damage to the shields, although it moving away and hits another target. Oh, Clint bringing in pretty much his entire fleet, though, and going all in. You know, I think Clint realizes that Boggz' Achilles heel is Tritanium. I think he's really caught on to that. And because he's taking out the Tritanium, he is able to deny all kinds of tech up options and resource. Again, Boggz has all kinds of dilithium, and he is just screaming for some tri. He still has enough to function with. Again, as soon as one tri-moon goes down, he instantly replaces. As we can see, he's got 3 miners already queued up, but and I guess it really isn't hurting him so much. And we do see the dilithium going down, so there is a little bit more equilibrium, as we can see. But over here, just doing a quick check on everything. We've got the Quadouge not building. We've got the KBQ not building. Why are... Oh, okay, he has no supply. And what he's doing is he was waiting for supply. Klingons have very terrible supply issues. Of course, in this game, he hasn't gotten that many rank ups per se. 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, I lied. he's gotten a fair amount of rank ups, but he's just going into a lot of ships and just losing that supply. He bought it, so he's in a very similar position to Boggz, where he's been doing the Quadouge research, and that really putting him into a tri-lock. And so he's got all kinds of dilithium here. So both players, again, very good. They're very strategic. They realize Tritanium is one of those things that, you know, if you don't have it, you're just done. You know, if you don't have a lot of dilithium, but you have tons of Tritanium, you can at least put it into specials and tech. But here we see Clint's, the bulk of Clint's fleet coming in here against these sabers. These sabers got to get out. But he's gonna Boggz is gonna lose ships to that homing torpedo. Really gonna take out his ships. As you can see here, this ship trying to get away, but it's just not happening. One of the things is that he doesn't have hyper impulse activated on any of his ships, and so the KBQs can actually overtake them slightly. KBQs being a little bit faster. And as we can see now, Boggz doing the hyper impulse. I think what was happening there is he has to wait for those 30 seconds, and that really cost him having to wait for that hyper impulse cooldown, losing all of those sabers. Right now, I think it's pretty easy to call it, as he doesn't have really any more ships. Although I'm, of course, wrong now. Of course he has all kinds of ships. Clint has a much stronger economy, and has regained his Tritanium. But Boggz doing a good job of pinning that Tritanium. He had to sacrifice so many sabers to do it though. So that's definitely going to hurt him. But Clint, as we can see, is definitely going to do pretty well right now. Again, Quadouge going back into full production. I have a feeling that the advanced upgrade has already been researched for them. We will find out soon enough. Boggz really wanting to make sure this Tritanium goes down, and goes down it does. I want to look over here real quick. Okay, Boggz good on the Tritanium again. He is going into kind of a Monsoon Intrepid mix. And again, they're all fast, short-range vessels that will be able to handle them. He realizes, again, now he needs Intrepids to kind of help counter against these KVQ. And so they'll do a pretty good job there. If he can kind of play the same game that that Clint is doing, and snipe using that torpedo weapon, he can probably come back. But this is going to be a hard thing. I know Boggz is really hurting from this, and really is going to have to kind of pull something out of here if he wants to make it. Again, low on resources compared to Clint. Clint having plenty of resources, and it's going to be really hard for Boggz to to come back. So as we can see here, we've got Officer KBQ. Specials are up once again for at least the one KBQ, I guess. And here we've got Quadouge, fully upgraded Quadouge, as I was suspecting. And again, low on Tritanium, but that's again because he's going into mass KBQs. So heavy weapons platform going up. You know, if you've got the Tritanium, you might as well spend it. Especially when you can produce out of 3 yards. That's gonna really be really beneficial for Clint. Of course, Boggz, understanding that he needs to come back from this. He really needs to take out some mining. He's got to be aggressive. That's why he went Monsoons, is to have a nice raiding force. Of course, now with these ships decloaking, he's gonna try to micro these guys out. He might get, nope, he won't get it out. Close, but no cigar. Now Boggz has got to get out. Got to get out. Main fleet is coming back, and Clint is just packing some heat on this one. So again, Clint really playing now a more defensive game. He knows he has the resources, and he knows he has the ships. He wants to really secure his advantage down here. I think once he does that, he will just simply use this as kind of the proxy yard into Boggz' base and just push back and forth. And Boggz can never, once this heavy weapons platform is up, Boggz will never be able to go and, you know, do anything about this yard, really. So here we see a constructor here. Oh, but Boggz moving his ships this way, but that's gonna lead them right into that constructor. See the scout here? It's gonna see this, and he's gonna know that Boggz is trying to get a third expansion. I don't even know if Boggz could have put it up maybe a little bit farther in the back here, and maybe that would have helped. Certainly Clint sees this if he is scouting the fleet at all. He'll definitely see it on the minimap. Here, here we've got Boggz again trying to be aggressive, trying to harass, but Clint had prepared for that because Clint had the resources to prepare. And so Boggz, I'm sure, is saying a few nasty words right now, just because now he can't do anything about this. This really helps secure things for Clint in this game. And so yeah, it's you know, Boggz is a very good player. He's not out of the running yet. He does have a very decently defended expansion. And you know, one of the things I would do, to be honest, is I would move this force and put it in your main base. When you have an expansion this well defended, you know, put your ships down here where it's maybe not so well defended, especially when you know that your opponent has a proxy yard and whatnot here. Again, this is going to be a hard roll here, as Clint just keeps pounding that Tritanium. Yeah, as we can see, Clint kind of waiting. He's waiting for these ships over here. He's got let's see, two Quadouge, and what he wants to do is he wants to decloak and try to entice Boggz to come and attack him. And Boggz says, no, I think I'm gonna stay right where I'm at and let my turret do the talking. And that's what he does. But with the Polaron field going up and this many ships, there's nothing that Boggz can do. There's way too many ships, way too many ranked ships. And you know, he's sending, as you can see on the minimap, he's sending his fleet that he had at his expansion, but it's just not going to be enough. This turret's going to go down. It's going to be burned. He is going to try to kill this KBQ. He did it with he fired the torpedoes. Fired some of his torpedoes, and is able to get a KBQ. But the problem is that as soon as you start doing that, you're gonna take the losses, I think. As you can see, here's a monsoon going down, another monsoon going down. Boggz doing Starfleet Command now, desperate to try to get some ships in there and get some numbers. If he can keep Clint within range of the starbase, that'd be a really good thing for him. As you can see, Boggz fully upgrading the starbase offensively, and if he can keep Clint in there, it'll help. But oh, he's just taking so many losses, and there's really very little he can do about that. One little miss micro there. I saw the monsoon falling. He's probably trying to click on it and just didn't get it in time. As you can see, there's just so many ships, so many ranked ships that at this point Clint really doesn't need to worry about taking fire too much per se, because these are KVQs, and ranked up KVQs have high defense, and so do the Quadouche. Quadouche have an incredible regeneration rate, as we can see, and they tank a lot of damage as well. So high tanking units compared to units with good defense, like Mason units, but yeah, just not quite enough of them. I think really what happened is just taking a few too many losses in the early game there with those sabers. You know, partly due to homing torpedo and, you know, I think some cover fire issues. As we can see, KBQ looks like maybe on high weapons autonomy, firing a draining torpedo. So you know, Intrepid coming, but ship's really not losing subsystems this time around. Starfleet Command is up. Oh, Starfleet Command is ready. So let's see what Boggz gets from this. Again, Boggz kind of trying to micro things. Hopefully he'll see he's got, yep, here we go. So as soon as he was finishing microing those units, he went for it. So as we've got, we've got an okay economy per se. And, oh, Clint doing a heavy weapons platform. So going to be a little bit mean to Boggz. He is sending some ships to there. As we can see though, some Excelsiors, those are going to be really good against those KBQ, although they are going to probably get burned down by the torpedo drone. So that's a hard thing when, you know, you're facing these ships. Again, ships like massed monsoons, massed KBQ with their special is really nice, because in this game it doesn't matter so much if you lose your economy. I mean, it's important, but nowhere near as important as keeping your ships alive. And if you're able to mass a unit that has a direct damage special that's relatively cheap, like these tier 1 units that have those specials, you can snipe and almost guarantee a kill and retreat, recharge, and do it again. And as we can see, that's kind of what Clint has been doing. You know, just maybe if Boggz had gone mass monsoons, but again, I think he was trying to do something different there, because again, mass monsoons is powerful as well. I think he wanted to do something a little bit more creative this round, but we'll see in the recap kind of what he has to say on that. As we can see, Clint having a very powerful force of ranked KBQs, all of them ranked, basically, and some 4 Quadouche, which is kind of my rule. Generally, on 2 moon pairs, you want to have 4 Quadouche. Of course, he has 3 moon pairs, and can do whatever he wants now. So, as we can see, he's decided to take Starfleet Command, and that's actually a brutal attack on Boggz, because that's it's quite a bit of supply, something like 75 to supply now. I forget quite what it costs, but it's something in the neighborhood of a lot of supply. So just that was pretty impressive, and as we can see, Clint just kind of being mean and pulling out. He got the kill, and as we can see, he used his special to do it, I think, for the most part, and so he was able to get that kill. And so what's going to happen is he is probably going to repair or wait or do something, and then attack. You know, to be honest, at this point, he really kind of has the game. There's really very little what Boggz can do. Boggz does not have the resources. He's got to buy supply after these 2 ships are done. And that's it. Then he has those ships and nothing else. And Clint is working on his 4th moon pair. And I think at this point, Clint really needs to take it out. I think because it's a tourney game, he is being a little bit more methodical, and he's being very, very cautious. He wants to make sure that he has gotten the win. But it really shows how tier 1 ships that have direct damage special and are relatively cheap can really do a number just because of that sniping ability. So something to be considered there. As we can see here, again, Boggz kind of waiting this thing out, waiting for the supply. Clint going in under cloak, but it's not going to matter. He's going to be able to totally take this out. It's all medium range ships, so he's going to be able to quickly burn down this pulse platform and then take down this long range one. And you know, as you can see, the homing torpedo totally taking out any and all everything. And then this guy had been affected by weapons a little bit. So, you know, it's not going to be a problem for Clint to take any of this out, even with all these Intrepids here, which don't have their special. Boggz just not having the resources for that. You know, it's just not going to be enough, sadly. At this point, it's just a macro game. Clint has far too many ships. He can do whatever he wants, and even so, though, he's playing very cautiously to an extent. Although in this case, his faster KBQ really should be tanking for these Quadouge now. I think, just because they're all ranked up, they have a really, really good defense. But even so, notice the Quadouge, again, as a tank itself, was able to get out of there with, you know, over half of its hull. So Clint, again, kind of doing the move in, snipe, really being more of a Romulan player, if anything. So, so here we've got Sangs queuing up, and I think now Clint kind of going into the long range bombardment idea. Having to buy supply again, but gosh, he's got so many ships. It's really not going to be a problem for him to take anything out, as we can see. Boggz kind of going, well, I need to harass, I need to do something. You know, so far it hasn't really worked. He has been aggressive, but the times he tried to play defensive, obviously it's difficult because his fleet can't be in 2 places at once, and Clint always knows where he's at. So, and it's just at this point a problem for Boggz, where he just doesn't have the right mixture of resources. Again, so low on Tritanium, because that is what's been hit hard. As we can see, these Quadouge going to do some attacking there. Clint easily able to have massive fleets everywhere. Here we've got a veteran KBQ. That's not going to die anytime soon. And so that moving in, look at that, 2847. That, my friends, is, you know, getting into sovereign levels of power. So again, ship just repairing, and as soon as it repairs, it just gets taken out. There's nothing Boggz can do on that one. You know, what do you do when you've got that many ships? So, and again, another whole fleet, just kind of whittling everything down. And a whole defensive fleet over here, able to hold off the harassment that Boggz is trying to do. So yeah, at this point, when you've got 4 moon pairs going up, you know, there's nothing you can do. Boggz, I think, kind of playing valiantly now and just kind of trying to do as many kills as he can. But there's just no way he's going to be able to come back from this. There's just too many ships and whatnot. But he did play very well. But you know, we'll have to watch you know, kind of the replay afterwards. But I really think that there was definitely a lot of that kind of replace weapon cover fire issue going on there from what I saw. So as we can see, Intrepid's moving in, and being able to kind of tank some damage, but taking a fair beating from these long-ranged Sangs. And of course he knows he can't come here because there's a turret. So you know, to be honest, at this point I think that Clint needs to move in for the kill, to be honest. Again, Boggz is really tri-locked, and he has really no way of getting tritanium. So at this point he needs to move his miners over here, but it's kind of over. So at this point I think kind of wanted to encourage Clintsat to kind of move in for the kill. Not sure why he's cloaking. You know, he's got his scout here. I mean, he knows he can kind of move in. Okay, there it is. I mean, he's got two veteran KBQ now. So, and he's got a whole fleet here. He really should just go an all in. Take all of this and move it all in and just crush everything. But we'll see how this goes. Really, yeah, here we go. Yeah, Clint playing a little bit too cautiously, I would say, just because he can kind of see what's going on, and he realizes that he has the economy and he has everything else. I mean, he's got plenty going on here. So okay, now he's opening up. He's gonna try to take on these Intrepids. So at the same time, he is munching this from afar. Oh, with just the quadouge. So yeah, really playing cautiously. I think he's afraid of the Stardust. I really don't think he needs to be. Up here, as we can see, hold on field going off, and for the most part, Federation ships just getting torn up by these ranked KBQs. So yeah, Boggz calling a good game, and because this is the second because this is the second win for Clint, that I do believe this makes him the tournament champion. So congratulations to Clintsat for some great games being played. Wish we could have had the other game recorded, but we did get to see the final games here. Again, you know, Boggz saying Saber's not cutting it, and yeah, I think the torpedo drones and maybe some replaced weapon issues really you know, hurting there. But a good game played by all. Both players really good, and you know, just doing a good job. So I'll leave it with there. Again, great tournament match, and congratulations to both players, and congratulations to Clintsat for what I believe is the championship game. So this is Mal, and I am signing off.